Welcome to this special edition of Forward DFW, together with the Dallas Morning News and in partnership with Arca Continental Coca-Cola Southwest Beverages. We are taking you inside the Truck Rodeo at Texas Motor Speedway. Hi everyone, and thank you for joining us for Forward DFW together with the Dallas Morning News. I'm Ron Corning, and let's set the scene for you today. We are here at the Texas Motor Speedway for the third annual Arca Continental Coca-Cola Southwest Beverages Truck Rodeo. Yes, 3 years running. Some 298 frontline heroes competing in a friendly way, but still taking it very seriously for some major prizes. We want to give you just a sneak peek at what these prizes look like. We'll run down a full list coming up in just a little bit. Hector Amaya is here. He's been part of this since the very, very beginning. It didn't start as big as it's become, and it's likely to grow beyond this. Tell people where this started and where the idea came from.
So the idea came from, we used to do this many years before. Our president, John Clontis, asked us, hey, why don't we restart it? Because employees had been asking about it. And so it started small. First one 3 years ago was about 300 total employees and family members. And we did it here in Dallas. Last year it went to about 1,200.
Really?
And now we're at over 1,600 family members, volunteers, contestants and all that. So it's growing and growing. And we added 2 more categories this year, which is manufacturing and the fleet mechanics.
Yeah, and you've got some really interesting competitions. We'll get to those in a moment, but just to take us through this, I said 298 of your frontline heroes.
Correct.
All compete. When all is said and done, the dust settles, the prizes are given out. What are you looking at in terms of ranking? How many people get recognized for their work?
So when it starts, there are thousands that compete.
Okay.
They do a bunch of testing, quizzes, their performance.
Preliminary stuff.
Preliminary, even before we get to that 298. It's not you're just gonna get given it.
Of course.
So the 298 then, and then out of those 298, there's gonna be 12 first place, 12 second place, and 12 third place.
And the prizes, which again, I don't want to give that away quite yet, are really quite incredible. The prizes that you give the winners, have those also over the last 3 years kind of continued to grow? And
yes, so the drivers are actually getting their own vehicle. It's not their personal vehicle, it's a vehicle that's going to say Truck Driver of the Year.
Amazing.
And then if you're a forklift operator, same thing. If you're an order builder, same thing. So, and you have bragging rights for the whole year. They're also going to get hats that said winner of the Truck Rodeo. So as they're in a customer's outlet talking, people are probably going to say, hey, I noticed you just won that, or what's that hat for?
And what a great opportunity for family members.
Correct.
Of all of your frontline heroes to meet each other and really cohesively come together, even though it's serious competition. It really, in the end, I think, is a way for all of you to bond. There are also, Hector, opportunities for you and others to be involved in sort of the broadcast component of this, as you all do your own sports network broadcasting play-by-play of the competition.
Correct.
And I want to show people a little bit of that.
Of course, Hector, my first question to you is, when does lunch end?
Well, lunch ends when we're done.
Well, we were trying to be as inclusive as many groups of the company. We're probably going to change the course up again, the different testing that's going on so that people don't get too comfortable.
All right, Hector, what is that like for you to be a part of that? The first year you were in the broadcast booth doing play-by-play, were you stepping outside your comfort zone a little bit?
I have a lot of fun with it. This is a work of love, if you want to call it that, for all the employees. They really get a lot out of it. What it really makes a big difference is when you see a child cheering on their mom, dad, brother, sister. An anecdote around that is that last year on the stage, people were getting their awards, and as they were getting their awards, their kids started running up onto the stage because they wanted to be there next to their dad, their mom, and all that, which was really touching to see that they themselves take pride. And when the family takes pride in what the family member is doing, you can't help but look at that from a retention perspective.
Well, I was going to say, it speaks kind of to the culture that you all have fostered for so long, and that is your work can be an extension of your passion. You bring your life's passion to your work. Your family is a part of it as well. It's bigger than yourself, but it also includes them. Do you feel that in your own life?
Well, there are people here in Coke Southwest Beverages that have been around for quite a while. I mean, at Coke Southwest, there's just all the number of individuals whose family members work here.
You've been here 20 years.
I've been here 20 years.
And you're not the most tenured
I am
of
not the
employees
most
at Coke
tenured.
Southwest.
And I really learn a lot from those Coke Southwest employees. But when you look at all that, you can't help but feel there's a reason why people stick around, why they have a sense of. And you mentioned a little bit, so a lot of the folks, as they gather here, they're gathering with friends that they've known for years and years.
Yeah, and we do have the winter ceremony coming up. You and I are going to take part in that. But before we do, I want to run down some of these competitions, okay? You've got the Pallet Jack basketball. What exactly is that, and who came up with that?
The pallet jack itself is the order builders, who are the guys that build the orders in the warehouse.
Okay.
And then the forklift has a basketball. And the basketball is where they drop it through a net. So you've got to maneuver that forklift, raise this basketball up, and then drop it into the hoop to kind of give you the skill set of what they do.
That is crazy.
So today we'll see a lot of that, and you'll know it made it because there'll be a large number of yelling and screaming going on out there by the family members.
And of course, the driving obstacle course. You can't have a truck rodeo without a truck driving obstacle course. Have you found yourself year over year making it a little more difficult?
We try to change it up because it's interesting. People are watching each other. They're watching their peer go to the course, and they're trying to learn the lessons of it. What's interesting is people will come off the course and they'll give false information to kind of throw off their peers. So they are going to be the winners. Okay? But
That's not cheating?
No.
The judges, can we weigh in on that? Is that cheating? What's your favorite event to watch?
I like to watch the kids' bike rodeo.
That's your favorite?
That's my favorite.
So you include
the kids,
the children of the frontline heroes.
So we have 12 bikes that we've purchased, and they've got to go through a little obstacle course. And at the end, when we do the award ceremony, they're going to be in front of the stage, and we'll award them their bikes. So these are kids all the way from 3 years old to 15 years old.
That's amazing.
And the employees that do that, they dressed up in outfits, Superman, all kinds of stuff, to make it even more special. So this is a way of really being inclusive of everybody.
It sure is. And your truck simulator, which I saw as well, really cool to be able to put someone behind the seat of a big red truck and see exactly what some of your drivers have to contend with on a regular basis. And as we head to break, and as we prepare for that ceremony, speaking of big red trucks, one of our favorite videos, Hector's not in this, you did not make it to the dance line for Big Red Truck, but there are real employees of Coke Southwest and professionals included in Big Red Truck. We'll take a look at that, and we'll be back right after this.
$5 a.m., crack of dawn. Grab my keys, cause I'll soon be gone. Clock in, say hi, take a look at the route. Check the truck thoroughly before I head out. I'm on the road, I'm on the case. Smile on my face, bringing the product all over the place. I got my cool lift, but when the job gets heavy, engines on, I'm ready.
In my big red truck, see me rolling down the road. In my big red truck, here comes the Coca-Cola. Customers are number one. I do my best till the job is done. In my big red truck.
Woo! Pull up to the store, they all say hi. I put the bottles in the fridge, stack them one at a time. We got Sprite, Monster, Fanta, Coke, Zero. I'm slinging cases like a superhero. But it's all about the people that you meet on the way. It makes my day. Honestly, I have to say it's hard work, but the hard work pays off. So I be sipping Coca-Cola on my days off.
In my big red truck, see me rolling down the road. In my big red truck, here comes the Coca-Cola. Customers are number one. I do my best till the job is done. In my big red truck.
I said C-C-S-W-B. That's the job where I'm meant to be. I SNC, CSWB.
Here comes the Coca-Cola. Customers are number one. I do my best till the job is done. In my big red
Truck.
All right, everyone, we are back with the moment you've all been waiting for. But first, we want to run down these prizes. We are flanked on either side of the stage here with the big prizes. 2 trucks, a pallet jack, and a forklift. And you can see they are wrapped in red and white. Really, what an amazing set of prizes this is. And as you've said, it's grown over the years. Take us through it. Who wins what?
So there's 3 courses, and the drivers are going to win a single axle or a double axle vehicle, a tractor. Okay, and so it's all wrapped. So it'll say truck driver of the year. So you're going down the highway, hey, look at me, I'm the truck driver of the year. And then for the forklift operators and the pallet jack operators, they get the same thing. So a number of them have already put on our website pictures of themselves and their winning last year and how they're coming back.
Because you do have some repeat winners.
We have some repeat winners. So they want to win their new pallet jack and their new forklift or their new truck.
Okay. I sense that there's a sense of pride with all of your drivers and your whole fleet of trucks, but there is something special about winning one here, isn't there?
There is. I mean, we had to go through many variations to get them to where they're at now.
Yeah.
So to be here, they had to beat a lot of different people through various requirements, and so they can be the best of the best among their peers.
Sure.
And they're going to talk about it all year long.
Yes, they will. And beyond that, you have like a point system. People who have competed here today are also being awarded points that can be used for a wide range of things. Did you say trips to Maui, for example?
So a lot of folks, what's interesting is all of us receive points for various achievements.
Throughout the year?
Throughout the year.
Okay.
And so you have employees, hourly employees, that have used their points to take their family to Maui. We just had an employee of mine who flew himself to Belgium to go see his Air Force son. People are buying scooters and bikes. They buy their whole Christmas gifts with all the points. So there's various levels, first, second, and third. They also get a big belt buckle that they can wear. Then they get the hat, then they get a big certificate. So they get to have that big, shiny silver belt buckle that they can wear and brag to everybody that they were the winner.
And I love what you said about the employee who went to Belgium to see his son in the Air Force, because what you're providing people are opportunities for experiences, which sometimes is better than stuff.
Correct.
Right? To have those experiences. We're not done yet. We want to show you first, as we head to break, what is so important to Coca-Cola Southwest Beverages: sustainability, being environmentally conscious. Take a look, the life cycle of a bottle, and we'll be back in just a moment.
Coca-Cola Southwest Beverages is the first Coca-Cola bottler in the U.S. to use 50% recycled plastic to make 100% recyclable bottles. That's one way we're refreshing the world responsibly. Learn more at coca-colaswb.com/sustainability.
Now let's check out the best moments from the winner's ceremony. To learn more about career opportunities at Coca-Cola Southwest Beverages, check out OpportunityFizzes.com. All right, everyone, we are back with Doug Smith. He is the DFW Regional Director for Coke Southwest. And as you were just telling me, Doug, you're a rookie at 7 years.
I am a rookie at 7 years. Started with the company 3 months after Coke Southwest was born.
And I think that speaks to what we've talked about a lot in this series, and that is the level of retention at this company,
absolutely.
which really does come back to a sense of belonging and the culture. This event, you think, solidifies that in a really meaningful way.
Yeah, having the families involved and really bringing them into the fold as we celebrate the culture, it makes such a big difference to them, as it's more of a family-friendly event, and it's not just them competing out on their own. Their kids, their parents, everybody gets to come watch it, and it really makes a big difference in our culture.
I should say that Hector Amaya, who joined us, is your counterpart for Oklahoma. So he's a regional director there. But you both communicate and coordinate on this event. I would think that too is just another way in which you can stay connected to the folks who are working in other regions.
Yeah, all our team leads are across the whole company. So we start in January planning with the logistics around it, and then about 4 months out, we bring in all the team leads on weekly calls. And this is across the state of Texas, Oklahoma, and New Mexico. So it's really connected.
So do you think, because you work so closely on this project, that at other times during the year, if you're dealing with an issue in your region and you want to troubleshoot it, you're more likely to be able to feel like you can reach out to Hector, or he can reach out to you?
Absolutely. One of our culture principles is transparency, and that's exactly what you just said. We're not afraid to ask for help when we need help, or if somebody's struggling or another area has an impact, we're the first to drop what we're doing and go help them. And that's just, again, that engagement we have with each other.
Does anything come to mind in terms of, I guess I would frame it as a success story, where you see employees reinvigorated when they come back to work because they've been a part of this event or other team building events throughout the year, but specifically this one?
Yeah, for the truck rodeo, it's definitely an engagement event, and it brings back a lot of competitive spirit in our teams. And we see that not just those that are here, but everybody that didn't make it. They're already wanting to know, how do they get back in next year? When are the parameters coming out? When are the tests coming out? Stuff like that. So it really creates a buzz and a hype because we share this link live. So people are watching it all across our company, even though they're not here.
Yeah.
So the hype's there.
And even though this is a competition that is seemingly all in fun, even by being a part of the preliminary rounds leading up to it, aren't they honing their skills to do even better on the job?
For sure they are. So safety is at the core of everything we do. And that's the biggest part of even qualifying to get into it, is passing the safety requirements, driving safe, acting safe through the whole year before you can even get in. So it kind of incentivizes our team to really pay attention to how they work to protect themselves.
I'm glad you mentioned that, because Jean-Claude, your president, said the same thing about safety during COVID, making sure all of you are safe. Because if you're not safe and healthy, you can't do your work and you can't compete and have these sorts of moments. Even the truck simulator, I would think, lends itself to a more safety conscious environment.
Yeah, the truck simulators is an amazing piece of equipment. I've seen it live. It gives our drivers the ability to practice skills, different scenarios that we can put towards them as they're driving to make sure they know how to react in a real-time situation. It's been a great investment for us.
Have you ever competed?
I have not. I am not.
Is there something that interests you that you could compete in?
If I had my CDL still, I could do that, but not at the level these guys do.
Really?
Yeah, they're experts.
And you're willing to acknowledge that?
I absolutely am.
What about encouraging the youngest of your employees who might be hesitant to get involved to just step outside their comfort zone and do it?
Yeah, we really try to work through the supervisors and the leads to have those one-on-one discussions, share the stories that they see as they're here, and the opportunities of, as you said, the experiences that come with it. The attendance this year went up twice of what it was last year.
Really?
Just based off us providing them more data and details around how it works.
Well, I think you started 3 years ago at the parking lot at, was it Globe Life?
Globe Life.
Yeah, and now you're here at Texas Motor Speedway.
We outgrew Globe Life.
What about the broadcast booth? Have you dabbled with that?
I have. That one's a little tougher, staying in the play-by-play with those guys because they're such experts at what they do.
Yeah.
And really knowing the nuances of their jobs. I know enough to be dangerous, but not enough to be an expert. So being that play-by-play sometimes is difficult.
Right? When people were saying Tom Brady could do a better job, you're thinking, well, you know, try it then.
Right.
If you think it's that easy. What's your takeaway this year in particular?
I think it's just the engagement piece we have and the culture and how this brings it all together. This is one of our premier events. I don't think it gets any bigger than this for the participants and the families that come, because it really creates memories that last lifetimes.
Yeah. Well, thank you, Doug.
Thank you.
Thank you. Nice to see you. Doug Smith, who is a regional director in DFW for Coke Southwest. And we want to leave you with another installment from the Under the Cap series at Coca-Cola Southwest Beverages. And what better to leave you with than a look at this event, the Truck Rodeo from last year.
Nothing beats hearing that crisp pop when you crack open a can of Coke. Well, except for taking that first ice-cold sip. But have you ever considered how that drink made its way into your hands? There are thousands of people involved in the process, from bottling to stocking shelves, from production to distribution, sales to merchandising. Each employee performs highly specialized jobs to ensure that the drinks you know and love reach the right shelf at the right time. This morning, dozens of trucks and forklifts are lined up. Courses are set, marked by cones and flags. Timers and buzzers are carefully calibrated. Later today, hundreds of associates from Coca-Cola Southwest Beverages will gather here to show off their skills and compete in the annual Truck Rodeo.
They all had to compete to be here. This is the cream of the crop coming against each other to win the final prizes.
Hector Amaya is an area director at Coca-Cola Southwest Beverages who helps plan the event.
So the Truck Rodeo is a combination of events for all 9 areas with Coca-Cola Southwest Beverages. We have a reactive tech station where the guys that go out and fix the soda machines out in the trade. Then we have fountain installers, which actually install your fountain units. And then you have a forklift operators, a pallet jack operator, which is a guy that actually builds the product when it goes on a truck. And then we have multiple truck courses going on.
The Truck Rodeo isn't just about competition. It's a chance for the associates to hone their skills, to improve safety, and to have their accomplishments recognized.
There's a lot of pride by our group. You'll see people out here that have been around 20, 30, 40 years. And so we have a lot of pride among ourselves. And so it was important that we recognize their skill sets and what they do day in and day out. It doesn't matter what we do at a higher level. It all comes down to our employees that interact with you and I at the customer level, at a vendor level. They're the ones that really make it happen. Each of the supervisors all care about their employees. They all want their own employees to win. They cheer them on.
There's a sense of competition in the air, but there's also a spirit of community. Each competitor's family members are invited to watch and participate. It's a chance for them to get an inside look at what goes into being a Coca-Cola Southwest Beverages employee.
There's some facilities, families have gotten together, they've known each other, they've grown up with each other. So you saw the kids where they were, excited about their uncle, their grandfather, their grandson, their nephew, their cousin or whoever competing. So they get a sense, having this gives them a sense of, I didn't really understand what my dad, my sister, my brother did, but now I have a better idea how much more intense it could be, how much more prideful it can be, how much of an impact that they have on the business. I would call it the #1 employee engagement event of the year. Our company has made a huge investment in them. But this is where it really comes together for us to say, thank you for what you do every day.
It's clear that the company invests a lot of resources into this day. In fact, the entire event is live streamed across the company. Another person working behind the scenes to make it all happen is Area Director Doug Smith.
Yeah, it's been a definite challenge setting this up, from all the logistics that went into it, from the communication, the different teams that supported us, the many calls that Hector has set up for us over the last 2 months.
Doug knows what it takes to be a winner, recently winning the award for the Best Area Director at CCSWB. He also knows the support and teamwork it takes to get there.
A mentor of mine told me years ago, to be the best, you surround yourself with people that are better than you. And I feel I've done a great job with that.
Organizing an event of this magnitude is no easy feat. But Hector, Doug, and the team enjoy the payoff.
There's hundreds of hours that we have spent. There's 167 volunteers. There's about 230 employees that are competing. And then when you add their families, it's about 1,200 people that are here today. There's a lot of work that goes into it, a lot of detail work. But then yesterday we started setting it up. Then you start feeling like, we're here, we made it. Today is the fun part. Today is where it all comes together and you see some kid, child, competing in a bike rodeo on the bounce houses, watching their mom and dad do well, their uncle, and then you say, man, it was really worth all the hard work.
As the day progresses, the competition heats up. Drivers maneuver around tight turns, forklift operators balance tricky loads, merchandisers race against the clock to stock bottles, and a tight game of forklift basketball unfolds.
Show them what we do. Show them what we do, baby. Work the bulldog.
At the end of the day, the winners are crowned and the prizes are handed out.
I won first place in the 5-axle truck with the rodeo competition, and I mean, there's a lot of good guys out here, and I'm happy that I came out ahead of all of them. But I was looking at some other guys and watching them perform, and I was like, man, that's fantastic. Like everything that they were doing, I was like, that's spot on, that's excellent, that's great. It's a great group, and I love these competitions because it kind of connects me to other people with other facilities, and it's one of those things where it's fun to see them again this year.
I won first place in the install event, which I'm very proud of. And I'm going to take this home and we're going to mount it in the office at the shop. It means a lot to me. I've learned a lot over the years, and I've learned a lot of my tricks to help me win this prize from my co-workers. You know, it's a great feeling to be in a competition like this, and I'm very happy that the company decided to do this for us. You know, it shows their appreciation, their love for us, and that means a lot to me.
As today's events wrap up, the competitors start to head home. Some of them leave with trophies and bragging rights, but everyone walks away with a sense of camaraderie.
As parents, we do this for our kids and our family, you know, and it was over. My heart just went overjoyed because even my stepdaughter, she's been in my life for 4 years. She just wanted to run up there. And I told my wife, no matter where I place, we already won because we're here.
And the spirit of competition lingers in the air as everyone turns their eyes to next year's competition.
Every year comes by, everybody's sharing with each other, hey, we had a great time, family had a great time. So all those things just create more excitement about the following year. So I wouldn't doubt if it doubles again next year. It's going to get bigger. If they won last year, they want to win this year. They want to win the next year. So and that's what we're looking for.
A reminder to watch the full Under the Cap series. Just scan this QR code or go to Coca-ColaSWB.com/under the cap.